Hi everyone, today I'm back with this mini art journal that I have created myself using some receipt and a cardstock paper, a pattern paper. So what I have done is those receipts were of A4 size, and I have cut them in half and then sew them on to make this scraps mixed media art journal. So I'm starting on the second page of this art journal, and what I am doing is I am taking all the scraps that I have with me, and I'm going to first glue them down on the page randomly. So I started with matte medium to stick down these scrap pieces onto the page, but currently the weather in my area is getting very dry and very there is no moisture in the air, so the matte medium was drying before it can stick. So I then switched from matte medium to PVA glue and glue stick. Once all the elements are stuck down, I will start pushing them back with the help of gesso. Creating this art journal was a really great way to use up scraps and still make beautiful pages out of it. I put a very thin layer of gesso, and before when I started drying it, there were certain areas which were heavily gessoed. So before it was properly dried, I took a piece of cloth and dabbed onto it, so that made the page start showing much better than it was showing earlier. So what I'm doing right now is I'm creating more visual texture on the page by using stencil and scribble stick. So what I'm doing here is I'm just creating an outline of the pattern of the stencil using two different colors from the scribble sticks. I think it's ocean and evergreen. Once I'm happy with how it's looking, I will do it on another area, and after that I'll bring in a brush and add a little bit of water and start mixing these two colors while keeping the stencil on its place. So this will give a very nice ombre effect, and making sure that I'm pressing the stencil because the background is not very smooth, so I have to press the stencil just to make sure that there is no bleeding down the stencil. So this is how it looks now. I have completed it on all the page, and after that I felt that I needed a little bit more of these two colors, so I created this dripping effect using them. The scribble sticks releases more color when we put it on the wet surface, or we did drop it into the wet surface and then start applying it onto the page. I'm happy with how the page looks, and now I'm going to start drawing it. I'm going to build more layers onto this onto page, and this time I'm going to use the stem hole stencil. So I started making marks using distress ink vintage photo, but because the surface is not non-porous, the impression was not that intense. So I moved to archival ink sepia, and that did the trick. I'm mostly going to use numbers from this stencil. And I'm happy with how it's building up. So just one last stencil to add a little bit more drama. So this is one of the stencil I got from a local market, and there is no ID or name on it, so not sure what it's called. I'm going to use black gesso for this last stencil, and because gesso, even though this is a thick gesso, it don't have the consistency of a structure paste or a modeling paste, so there will be some seepage from underneath the stencil, but I'm okay with that. I don't have an issue. In fact, it's giving a bit of a distress kind of look to these circles. So once I was done stenciling, I knew there was some color underneath the stencil. I just pressed the stencil onto the page, and it gives a very nice bubble kind of impression onto the page, which you'll see when I put the page on the close-up. And time for splatters. So what I have done is I have this alcohol spray with me, which was mainly for hand cleaning purposes. So once it was finished, I poured some water and black gesso into this bottle, and now I use it for splattering. And now I'm adding the focal elements to the page. Right now I'm just deciding where to put the elements, and once I'm done, I have decided, I am going to glue them down together. Oh, in case you noticed, I have also added distress the edges of the art journal using archival ink jet black, and now I am just distressing the edges of all the elements using vintage photo distress ink. So this is going to be the quote for today, and once everything is stuck down, I am going to use black Fudensoke pen and going to give outline to the focal elements and to the quote. So I'm making some scribbly lines. I'm not making them very straight, just to add a little bit more extra texture to the page. And here is the close-up. I'm loving how all the layers are integrating well, along with showing some of the details from the background pages. It's making a very nice composition on a whole, and loving all the color choices and all the layers that's been around, along with the focal elements. Everything is looking so nice. And guys, here's the mini art journal. So hope you like it. I really love this size, and I'm going to make more art journal on this. So if you like it, do give it a thumbs up, share with friends, leave comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.